I couldn't have slashed the tires. The car was mine. So.
But Olinda. The regular stuff that we always hear.
I was told that I don't want to be this rapper with the biggest girl in the club.
Whoa.
I felt so disrespected because a lot of things was happening in my home whilst I was away.
Many people really honestly started knowing you when you were married to Stana. I think that's like
5 years ago.
Yeah. You had what many believed.
Not married to him.
When you started dating him, I guess. Yeah.
No, people didn't know me that much. It's the day I pressed live and Keda came out.
Right. Okay, all right. You had what many believed to be a good marriage. What went wrong?
Okay, well, she said no, not marriage.
No, they were married.
No, we were married.
So now I'm at the marriage stage. What went wrong with that marriage?
I think for me, what made me quite upset, it's not somebody wanting to move on with somebody else. That's natural. You know, I would prefer somebody coming to sit in front of me and say, listen, Olinda, I am no longer in love with you. The white side of me comes up when you're having this type of conversation. I understand. There was that bit of disrespect that was there, whereby,
100%.
And then to find out some of the stuff that was happening, you know, when you are away and you are working hard and trying to support your family and doing all these things. I really don't want to get into it because it just brings up a lot of things because we're both in a good place now.
Absolutely.
And, you know, good place to each other.
Absolutely.
So I do not want to drag all of that up because there will be now a lot of back and forth. But no, that's not true. But this and that, I don't want to do that. It is just that I would have really, really loved for somebody to just tell me that they didn't want to be with me anymore. Thank you very much. And they keep stepping. And I move on. Like Wi-Fi. I guess the reason why I became so emotional is also because I was lashing out. I just recently lost my mom. And I was still dealing with that. Mm-hmm. And then having to deal with this, like, dude, can you not understand what I'm currently going through? I've lost my only other parent that I had. My dad passed away when I was 9. And now I'm losing my mom. Mm-hmm. You know, it's sad, especially in him knowing the battle that I fought to keep my mom alive for as long as possible. And then to do this, at least give me grieving period before you give me drama. You know, let me heal before opening another wound. So that really sucked because what I expected from him was that friendship would come first, that we were actually friends before being husband and wife. And as my friend, you would understand that you don't do stuff like that.
Thank you, Linda.
There are men that cheat. And men that cheat, you know, like our fathers used to do. Ukangona mkadzi wangu apinda msaluni mauri momo. Kana ngori pakati pekuswa dark and lovely kana pem, you walk out better uche msoro wako than be in the same environment as my wife. If you see my wife on the same street as you, you cross the road. This is what they used to tell their girlfriends. So there was a lot of times whereby they would have their side chicks, but you'd never know about them. They would even have a whole family and only find out with this dude had a family the day he died. Right. Because there was that respect towards the wife. I felt so disrespected because a lot of things was happening in my home whilst I was away. So that made me very angry. And who wouldn't be angry? Man or woman. Everybody would be angry. But it is what it is.
What I wanted to find out was, infidelity clearly broke up this union, right?
Disrespect broke up the union.
Thank you.
Not so much the infidelity.
No.
The disrespect.
That was the disrespect.
So if the dude had gone to a lodge or hotel, the relationship would still be here?
Absolutely.
No.
Well,
if the guy had...
Sorry. How much? No.
If the guy had come and sincerely apologized. Because prior to that, you know, how I found out some of this stuff, I was told, it started off with a phone, right?
It always starts with a phone.
Not me going through his phone.
No. Are you saying going through? Are you saying?
No, I didn't go through his phone. I had bought him 2 mobile phones. There was, I think it was an S9 Plus and an S9.
Nice.
He had 2 phones.
Okay.
This guy then said, let me tell you, said that he kept his phone switched off for 24 hours. When I finally got...
Both my 2 S9.
Following day, babe, where were you? I was trying to call you since last night. I got mugged. Oh, I'm actually on the way to the police station. I'm going to report this.
That's a good one.
So which phone got stolen? Oh, it's this phone, but the other one, I'd left it at home. Oh, okay, that's cool. The day of the drama, I found out that that never happened. That
You
phone.
were overseas.
I was in Zimbabwe.
Okay, right. Okay.
Somebody close to him said that phone was given to this person. Go onto his laptop, onto his Google Drive, search for that phone. You will find its location.
The phone was given away. The phone that you bought.
To the side chick.
That you bought.
Yeah.
Yo.
That you purchased.
Yeah.
He gave it away.
Okay, all
Gifted
right.
it.
Okay.
Okay, I get it.
Oh. Okay, okay.
So this is the drama that it started.
So
So
if this phone had been given to his homie, it would be cool, right?
You.
I'm just
the
trying to.
whole
But-
getting mugged
but-
issue, and I'm still going to be in trouble for this interview. But
Whoa.
yeah, so this is where it started.
Right.
So obviously, me being me, there's a lot of phone calls. Where are you? Is this true? Who is Ning? Akatadza okunotengesa phone wotenga imosha.
Atengerwa phone, not one phone, two more phone.
But you don't have a problem.
Watengerwa
Ukati batuma phone ikatopa
Awa
kosi.
kurume wake ka, ndikukuda.
Aiwa, but
We need
one inopinda,
communication.
one
Aye, because one
inopinda.
inogona
One
kufa.
day basa, one day personal. Kana shida kudzimama phone emafanzi. You know, I still need to get hold of him. This was the story, but so there was a lot of back and forth that day with on the phone. Uri kupi, who is this person? Is this why this has been happening? This and that and that.
You
Then
went overseas. You were all.
I was
No,
at
she was
my
here.
house
Right,
in
okay.
Greendale.
This is the
He-
one, S9, wait, S9.
That is the day I went live, and this guy had gone out.
No first time Babra kid.
Ndo pakabuda kede baba.
Ipapo.
Then I asked him,
Yeah.
who is this person? Now I was getting, when I get angry, I cry. I cry. My anger and my tears come at the same time.
Cheers. Can we have a shot?
Which is,
That's me,
Yo,
girl.
can I take a break?
so there was a lot.
Go on, go
When
on.
you get angry, you cry. I am with you.
I'm angry and I'm crying and I'm
Yes.
shouting like
Yes.
there's no tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, dude, come back. We are
So you're on the phone with him.
Tipezerani.
On the phone with him.
Right? If he had come back in that moment, this issue would have been resolved between the two of us.
Okay.
Ndakatora broom, ndakarova mune broom, whatever women do. Slash the, well, I couldn't have slashed the tires. The car was mine. So,
But you know, Olinda. Olinda.
I'm
Come
serious.
on.
I wasn't gonna damage my stuff. So it was about him and coming to face the music, come and talk to me, explain to me what is going on. Then ndavandatanga kuudzwa kunzi there was an ex. I will not mention names, but you know the ex was coming to my house. Like now I was getting information from the neighbor because we lived in a what do you call this?
Snitch.
Cluster homes. So my neighbor would see everything that was happening. His friends started telling me like, listen, you're such an amazing person. You take care of all of us and you don't even have to. But this
All
is
of us.
because he lived with
Friend.
us. At some point, we had 3 cars: an Audi, a Mercedes, and a limited edition Lexus IS2F.
Nice.
So you see what I like about you. When we love, right? I'm a lover. And don't
Dolce and Cabana's, Gucci's, Versace's, 30 billion for your account, the whole enchilada. But money does not buy love at the end of the day. And that's one thing that I learned.
Real talk, real
That is
talk.
one thing that I learned, right? It's me first and everything else after. Back to what happened that day. The guy refused to come home to talk about it. You don't want us to talk about it, we shall talk about it. I'm going to find people to talk about this to and have the conversation with and let people know exactly what you're doing, because at some point it had become the whole driving nice cars, and people didn't know much about me at that point. Nobody even knew that I was, doing all of these things, I was like, you know what? I'm going to show people who you really are.
Did you want people to know?
I wanted I wanted them to know so that he comes down a peg or two, because he had become too egotistic. He had become too narcissistic. He had become too over his head. So if I put you on a pedestal, I'll definitely, take you down off it. I think to a certain degree, I did upgrade him.
Okay.
That is a fact. Listen,
Fact.
I mean, but you have the capacity to do so.
whether his pride and his ego does not agree, but that definitely did happen.
Finances agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, on the 3rd of April 2016.
You do know that I flew in, what's his name? Lloyd, what's his name? No, not
the Raga guy?
the Jamaican guy. All the way from Jamaica to come and perform at his album launch.
Nice.
You know why you did that? Because you kind.
Because I'm
loyal.
a wife.
You loyal.
I support my
You
husband.
appreciate him.
I want my husband to succeed because if he succeeds, that means I succeed.
That's it right there.
I don't know. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's when it all went live, and there was a lot of back and forth. And he eventually came home, tried to talk about it, tried to calm me down. But when I confronted him about a number of things, for example, the phone came back the very next day. I was like, you better call that girl up and get my phone back because I am going to go get it myself. And
Recovered.
Payakadzoka, the stories that I had been told was this girl was just a girl from the streets. She was a nobody, and that he wanted to make our marriage work and whatnot. Now, this is where things got fucked up. Dakwirandega, I went back to England. I decided to put, my battery died and that phone was in my handbag. They had wiped the phone clean, like the settings. For some reason, when I put my SIM card in there, it backed up everything.
Yo.
I was literally controlling this girl's WhatsApp.
Yo.
Ndikaona my messages about a lot of things. I had receipts for days. Kuto home say Friday, makauza na midnight kissing. Muswe Tuesday, makauza na good morning. And you were talking about this, and then you talk. There's a lot of stuff that was there, and this is somebody that I'm being told is just somebody from the streets, but this person was literally living in my house. This person was literally sleeping in my Egyptian cotton.
Pardon?
Yeah, that one is difficult to defend.
Guys, tell me what woman would not go crazy.
But
Crazy.
Standard.
Guess what I then did?
Tell me, girl.
I did not confront the guy on my phone. I called him from that number.
Yeah.
He's like, hi, babe. I was like, you okay? He stopped. God, yes, it's me.
You stopped?
He was now stopped breathing for a moment. He was now confused
Olinda,
as to,
this is the most
are they
story.
together? I was like, I've got all the messages. Messages to do with her, what she was getting up to that behind his back. It was a whole mess, like...
But you are a prayerful woman, girl, because God only shows up in situations like that. Woo! You got all the tea.
But guess what? It was hurtful.
Of course it was.
It was heartbreaking and painful because
100%.
reading those messages really showed me that everything had been fake between us.
Fake. From the
It
beginning.
was like a marriage of convenience.
The girl told me out of her own mouth that the day Akanorora Kumbakwedu, he passed through her house.
Oh.
And had sex with her before he came to Zorora Kumbakwedu.
And Olinda you know what? You don't affect her mental health issue. Towers said he had legendary crying.
Towers.
Guys,
Towers,
but at some
crying.
point, guess why I was
That's
now
not so
crying?
legendary.
I'm a numbers person. Ndakatanga kugara pasi kufunga from day one. Takaenda ku China, staying in a presidential suite.
Sorry?
Tikuenda shopping, tikuenda zvakati. I started calculating all the money I spent in that relationship. Ndakarwadziwa. I was now grieving my money, not him. Because clearly, this was messed up. This was seriously messed up. There was no coming back from it. There was no way we could ever fix anything. You understand? There was stories to do with abortions, to do with messages, to do momo. You know, I really don't want to get into it, but it was so messed up.
Yo. All right. Yo. Let me
Imagine you guys are having to drink because I'm telling you the story now. Imagine me, the person that was going through it.
Yeah.
And the day that I found those messages is the day that I bought a ticket. That same night, I was on Virgin Atlantic, first thing Mark, and I left the house.
That was it.
I was like, you guys want to be together? You can sleep on the floor together. And I left. But they've built their life. They're still together. They've got a family. Whatever is there is there. I don't even want to see those two break up. If there's problems in that relationship, they need to make it work. Because they costed me a lot. They should stick it out.
You know, Olinda, my face is like, you know what?
A point where strong is the only option. That's where I got to.
I think a lot of women have gone through what you've gone through.
The only difference is mine has been public. My house, whilst I was in my house, how is that moving?
Do you know why? Because as women,
people were doing Instagram lives very bathtub mango. What was I supposed to be holding on to? He quickly replaced the good memories with the bad memories. There was nothing, I really hated that person for a very long time.
Why were you watching that?
Do you know how many tags you get? And curiosity, then you go and you try to see and whatnot. There was a lot of messed up things that was happening. You understand? Your favorite duvet that was left behind. Please count the days. By May, somebody was about 3 or 4 months pregnant. So why was
I'm so confused.
Why
when
was
did you move
I
out of the Greendale house? Perspective on this.
I don't know the dates exactly, but it seems as if there's a very, 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 very huge possibility that by the time that I left, this girl was pregnant. Explain yourselves.
Guys, man. On the 3rd of April 2016, you were married to Stana in a traditional ceremony.
Yeah.
The $16,000 that was paid.
He did not pay $16,000 to my family.
Because it is alleged that you provided this money, however amount,
please
how much
provide
it was.
the evidence of that allegation.
No, it's just an allegation. You can just.
Well, I can confirm that he never paid $16,000.
Alright, saka yakabhadharwa yacho ndiwakampera kuti abhadhare.
Mumfunza Stana, I plead the fifth. Right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Wakapa S99 plus imocha wakabhadhara
No,
kana vanhu muri murelationship yekuti munenge muchitsvana zvinhu ka, you never know where the money is coming from. Maybe just a week ago I'd sent him money to go to the club with his boys. Maybe Maria yakabva yabata. I plead the fifth.
Yes. All right. Okay.
So I can't answer that question. But
very diplomatic answer. Very diplomatic answer.
Well,
okay.
now that we have wrapped up, well, thank you very much for being open about that. That was nice to hear.
I really don't like talking about it, but I know people can. It's very hard for people to disassociate Olinda with that drama because that's where everybody started to know me from.
Course.
But sometimes you have to fight your own battles because I was now fighting quite a lot. I had a whole family, Makaradi coming after me as well. So, yeah.
Well, Olinda, thank you very much for being open about
You're
that.
welcome.
I know it's not the most comfortable thing to talk about,
No.
but you did it with such grace.
Yeah.